And we are finally going. Luke Woodworth, the man of the hour. How are you, brother?
Pretty good. You?
I'm pretty good. I was saying in the intro, you're over the past probably 2 years, you're a highly recommended guest. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I feel like the Bridgewater effect might have a little bit to do with that.
Got to be a little bit closer to the mic.
All right.
Bridgewater. Oh, so you got a lot of support coming from Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, I love it there. A lot of pride being from Bridgewater and South Shore. So happy to kind of represent them in a way.
Did you like grow up there, born and raised?
Yeah, I lived in Bridgewater my whole life.
Wow.
So a lot of pride coming from there.
Wow. How did it feel for the first time leaving to go to Quebec, Drummondville?
A little different. A little bit different scenery. Drummondville's a little bit better place than Bridgewater. Bridgewater's a little bit of a smaller town. So definitely a little bit of adjustment.
Yeah.
But not too bad, no.
We asked Tyler Nogler grew up in Bridgewater, and I asked him the question. I was like, "What's it like growing up there?" I got asked the same question for you. What's it like growing up there as a kid?
Yeah, I love it there. Small town vibe. Like, you know everybody around. Like, you know the parents, you know the kids. So it's really good. Kind of have a core group of guys that you hang out with. You got to create your own fun at some points. There's not a whole lot to do there.
Yeah.
So for the most part, we're kind of just hanging out with each other, figuring out new things to do. We golf a lot.
Osprey?
Osprey. So we really like it there. Great place to live.
100%, I bet. You're good at hockey. Like, you're pretty good. I haven't seen like a lot of highlights, but I was looking at the stats, and you know how to pass the puck, and you also know how to put the puck in the net.
I appreciate that.
Where does that come from?
A lot from my dad. He coached me growing up the whole ways. So pretty much everything that I kind of know and do on the ice and off the ice too kind of stems from him. I learned a ton from him. So he's been a pretty big influence in my life, and a lot to learn from that.
Did the game come naturally to you?
A little bit. Like, I always kind of had the skill. Being a smaller player, it kind of at times had its challenges, and kind of maneuver my way level to level and kind of adjust myself that way. But for the most part, the skill was always there. Just kind of bring in kind of the size aspect and kind of fighting against that.
Yeah, if you look at the game, though, the size aspect is slowly going away. You just have to be quick. I could be wrong.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of smaller guys making it to the NHL now, so it's more of a natural thing. Just kind of letting your body develop in a sense. Like, everyone doesn't develop at the same speed, so not too much of a concern anymore with being a smaller player.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like a 24-hour, 365 type of game anymore. Are you a two-sport athlete, or is it hockey all the way for you?
Hockey for the most part. Growing up, I played every sport. How it is in the South Shore, you go to school, you play every school sport. So growing up, I played like volleyball, basketball, like badminton, track. So I kind of did it all in a sense. And then probably when Bantam hit, hockey kind of became the only sport for me away from school.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when the focus went in. And then obviously golfing in the summer. I love golf. So it's something I do a lot in the summer.
What's the last score you put up in golf?
I think 84.
Where at? Mark, do you want to shut the door? You can just leave the camera on him and then just shut the door.
Anywhere from 80s to 90s. Like, I'm very inconsistent. But get along. You?
Last score I put up 96 at Granite. My best score ever I shot this year was an 84 at Granite. But same with you, just inconsistent. It's a thing you got to be playing every day to get better at. Every day.
Yeah, we were behind you the other day.
Were you?
Father's Day.
Oh, at Osprey.
We were 2 groups behind you, but we got stuck behind an older couple.
With the cane.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not... Okay. So do you want to hear the story about that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're there, me, my dad, my brother, and I was up using the washroom, and my brother and my dad were checking in, and there was this older lady with a cane, and we just thought, do you know who this is? Apparently she's a local legend.
Yeah, I've been told who she is. She golfs a lot from what I understand.
By herself.
Yeah.
And that was the issue. There was no one with her. She just rolled out there, which you have to give her props for. She was in her 80s, maybe lower 90s, just golfing by herself. But, congrats to her, and holding us up, and eventually we just said, okay, we got to go, our apologies, but we got to move forward. Because the people behind us, so you were 2 groups behind us?
Yeah.
Well, the people behind us were getting a little like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, we got stuck behind from a couple holes. So we kind of once we got by them, we were just clear sailing, but there's a couple of long holes. But good on her, though. Like, she's out there, she's having fun. So
that's the way I put it. It's like, you got to have some balls on you to be able to be out there at that age by yourself. But hey, that was a great Father's Day. No, well, that's sick that the multi-sport athlete thing comes into play. I saw in the Bantam on Elite Prospects, you put up 70 points in 30 games, something like that.
I don't know for sure. Probably around there.
At that point, when you're in Bantam, I'll check the stat to check for sure. 71 points in 30 games. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, okay, Luke, maybe I should start taking this a little bit serious.
Yeah, I always kind of took it serious in a sense, but our power play that year probably ran at about 40%.
Such a corporate hockey answer. Yeah, no, the power play.
Yeah,
the guys are great.
We had Ryan Hopkins, who plays out west in the BC. He kind of quarterbacked our power play, and we did pretty well for ourselves that year.
Is there always a chip on your shoulder playing from Bridgewater?
Yeah, you get a lot of pride from it. Like taking kind of the small town atmosphere against the city teams. It's something that you always kind of you want to play extra hard against the city teams,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to midget. When it gets to 3 city teams, you definitely have a chip on your shoulder, and something that every Mustang team, every Hurricanes team, we take a lot of pride in that, and going against the city teams.
Yeah, for sure. The travel aspect. You're always traveling if you're playing in Bridgewater.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No?
Well, you get the Bantam, a lot of city teams, so like it's mostly just an hour.
Yeah.
And then you get the midget, like you're busing to most places, so it's not.
Oh, you guys have the Boston midget.
Yeah. So you bus to all the Cape Breton teams, you bus to Pictou. So it's just the city teams for the most part that you drive to.
Yeah.
So it's really not too bad with travel.
Do you get your license as soon as you're 16 when you're growing up there?
Yeah, I got it. And then I didn't have my license my 16 year in Drummondville.
Yeah.
But when I came back in the summer, I got it, and then I had a car there this year.
Okay, nice. Going into the draft in Drummondville, you played as a 16-year-old.
Yep. That's
That's a rare thing in today's. I don't want to say rare thing, but what was that? Oh, that's a rare thing. Well, most guys go, maybe not. Maybe I'm going to take a step back and play another year midget. And you just said, no, I think I'm all right. And you put up some good numbers as a 16-year-old. Where did that, I guess, confidence come from?
Well, I think a lot of it came from midget. I had a really good year in midget, so it's not something that I think would have benefited me a lot going back there.
Okay.
For a second year, and I felt like the organization had a lot of confidence in me to kind of step in as a 16-year-old. They gave us a lot of rope to kind of make mistakes and learn along the way. So it's something that they did a great job with me and a couple other 16-year-olds that we had that year.
Yeah.
And kind of giving us the confidence to play at that level at 16.
You have to have some cojones to leave home at 16 and go to Quebec, man. What was the cherry on top for them to go, look, you're gonna be comfortable here. I don't care what they say. 16 leaving home going to Quebec, that's tough.
Yeah, a lot of it was the billet.
Okay.
I had a super good billet both years. They had a really, really good dynamic in their family. They had 2 kids, which was big to me.
Nice.
They were relatively similar age to me too. So it kind of gave me the family atmosphere. I grew up with a sister. So it was a lot easier to kind of transition to a billet house with kids, just because I still had that kind of family atmosphere to it.
Cool. The market in Drummondville, I know nothing about. Tell me what it's like playing there.
Oh, it's awesome. The organization is not a huge organization, so every person involved, they're really passionate about it. Like they're there to help. Like they're not just there to kind of slack off.
Yeah.
So that's something we really appreciate as players and how much work they kind of put in.
Yeah.
And then the fan base is awesome.
Yeah.
Like not the biggest city in the queue. Like we're not gonna have top end numbers of attendance, but you get 1,700 people in there, and it's rocking. Like you go around the league and they'll say we're probably one of the best atmospheres in the league because we have a really small rink.
Okay.
But it goes straight up, so the fans are kind of almost on top of you, and they get pretty crazy. So it's a really good atmosphere to play in.
Couturier has nothing but great things to say about Drummondville. I saw a couple interviews where he talked about his junior experience and said one thing I noticed he said it allowed him to focus on the game. He's just like, I was a young kid and I wanted to learn everything about the game. And oddly enough, Drummondville was a place for me allowed to learn the game.
Yeah, because a lot of it is we don't have there's not going to be 50 media guys following us around every time. So a lot of it, you get to just focus on playing hockey. You don't see that, like you go to Quebec, there's a lot of different media outlets. But we just have 2 or 3 media outlets. So it kind of allows us to do our thing and more focus on the hockey aspect of it and not so the media portion.
Yeah.
So it's something that For some guys, they like being with the media every time, but for others, it's kind of easier for us because we just kind of focus on playing hockey to an extent.
Okay, cool. Is April a bad birthday for hockey players or a good birthday?
Well, that's the thing. Elite prospects got me in April, but I'm a March 1st birthday.
Elite prospects. We'll write a Yelp review after this.
I've heard that quite a bit, April, but it's actually March 1st.
So is that a good hockey birthday or no?
Well, I don't think it's a bad hockey birthday. I don't think it's really that much of a difference, really.
Well, growing up, did you play against guys that were older than you, or did you play against guys that were younger than you?
Well, I moved up in age quite a bit when I was in like young.
Stay humble.
So a lot of like my buddies, like my best buddies, are all like a year or two older than me.
Yeah.
And that probably happened until probably Adam or Pee Wee. But for the most part, I always played against my first year, and like Bantam and Pee Wee would always be against a year older than me. It would be my age group the next year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, April. Because I was looking at your elite prospects. I was like, oh, did he play his first year as a 17-year-old? And I was like, oh, wait a second. No, if he's only 18, he played as a 16-year-old. Yeah. Well, that's sick. It's a good look. I don't know. We just talked to guys who play at 16, and it's like, it didn't really work out. And they go back.
You see it a lot more now in the queue. Like most first-rounders are playing. A lot of teams kind of give you the rope to learn on the fly. And kind of develop you that way. Because playing in the queue, you're on the ice every day.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I love it. More so in midget. A lot of teams aren't on the ice every day. So it's big for development. As a 16-year-old, be able to kind of go on the ice every day and kind of work on things during practice. And then after practice, we always have stuff going on after.
Okay.
So it's really big development for 16-year-olds.
Do you look at pressure from outside sources, or do you just apply enough pressure to yourself? If you look at the past 2 years and you know, potentially your third year coming up, the numbers that you're projected to put up, I don't know. In my case, I look at that and I go, oh, that's some pressure. Do you look at that or just go, it's going to be what it's going to be?
Not really. Obviously, you have goals going in the years, but not so much pressure.
Have you set your goals yet?
Not really, no. I feel like for the most part, you just want to contribute as much as possible. And a lot of what I'm looking to do and what I looked to do last year is kind of expand my role. And last year I started playing on the PK and that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I've always kind of been that offensive player, but to be able to kind of round my game out and be someone that can be relied on in a lot of different situations, something that I've kind of prided myself on last year, and I hope to expand on it this year too.
That's what they say whenever guys go to the NHL. You just can't be a goal scorer. You got to expand, unless you're a Sid, but you got to expand your role somehow to play in the NHL. Yeah,
for sure. You got to be able to do multiple things. You can't just kind of be a one-trick pony to a sense. So
yeah,
it's definitely something that kind of everyone has to work on.
How'd you enjoy the PK this year?
It's different. Definitely a different role. I feel like I'm a pretty smart player, so I think that kind of being able to anticipate lanes and all that kind of stuff kind of allows me to be pretty effective on the PK.
Yeah.
It's something I like, being able to kind of be trusted in those face-offs too is a big thing. Kind of transition into being a center this year.
Ooh, a lot more responsibility.
Yeah, so like being a righty, I think I was the only righty face-off guy on our team.
Yeah.
So I kind of got put in the role of kind of the big face-offs on the right side, which I kind of embraced to an extent.
A lot more broken sticks this year because of that?
Well, I don't break many sticks. I
Why
use
not?
a pretty firm flex. I like it kind of stiff.
Oh, yeah?
So I only probably broke 3 or 4 sticks this year.
No. Did you ever rotate through, or you just like use 3 or 4 sticks throughout the year? That's unheard of.
No, usually it's just the same sticks, which I like. Like I don't really like switching sticks too much. I don't really like switching gear at all.
Yeah, but sticks. The whole point of playing junior hockey is to get new sticks.
Yeah, that's true. But you're still coming home with the same amount of sticks anyway.
Okay,
so.
That's fair for your buddies.
Yeah.
Your right-handed buddies.
Oh yeah, not many of those, but.
Well, that's sick. What's the key to blocking shots?
I don't love blocking shots, but
yeah, I mean that's why I never was on the PK.
Oh yeah,
they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I just kind of find the lane to an extent. Hope that I don't shoot it at you, but if you do, hope to get in a run of it.
I remember when I got called up to the Mooseheads, I was just like the call up, so you're the schmuck. And you know who Marty Firk is?
Yeah.
I think he has the hardest shot in the world. Like in the AHL, he had in the AHL All-Star game. I think he broke someone's record.
Yeah, I saw
Chara.
a hard shot.
Chara's record. Anyway, so he back then on the Mooseheads, he was the power play, and that's basically where the schmucks go to block shots on the PK. And guess who's up first to block shots after practice against Marty Firk? You're looking at him. And I don't want to say there's been other times in my life where I've been nervous, terrified, scared, but that's top 3.
No,
Just sitting there pretending I won't, like, I completely moved out of the way on purpose, but I got out of the lane, and you're just looking at this guy rip shots by like your belly button, some up by your chest, and you're just like, Jesus, man, terrifying experience with Ferk.
That's not happening. We don't. Most of our power play stuff's all 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, like more so execution than blocking shots, because we don't need to be blocking shots in practice. Really, you don't need kind of the harm in that.
You guys must not have call ups.
No, not today. we had a third goalie last year though, that he was always doing our power play. He'd just get dinked in the head like 10 times a practice.
That's how it works with call ups.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him, but
I felt kind of bad for him.
It is what it is. You just get like William Dufour is on St. John.
Okay.
He was on our team last year.
Yeah.
And he's just teeing off on him like, every day. It's just brutal.
There's no respect for the call-ups.
Yeah.
We're just dummies out there just so you guys can skate around. And there's no flow either. I remember being called up and just doing a simple swing drill. And, one guy goes high, one guy goes low. But I'm just running into guys and you're just like, there's no flow because you don't know any of these guys. Yeah. It wasn't a good experience to start out, but at least the experience I talk about with that, at least I was home. I couldn't imagine being a call up going to Drummondville, sleeping at a billet's house. Like at least when I failed, I got to sleep in my own bed, which made it a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, all our call ups are pretty like local.
Are they?
Like there's no one coming from the Maritimes and coming to Drummondville. Like if we're on a Maritime, we picked up a guy from New Brunswick for our Maritime road trip.
Okay.
Just picked him up on the way, but we're never gonna have like a Maritime guy get like flown out to Drummondville to play a game or anything like that.
I didn't even ask it. First game in Halifax. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's pretty special. Like having a lot of family and friends in the stands. Pretty surreal to an extent to walk out for warm-ups and see a lot of my buddies in the stands. It was pretty special. We lost the game, which was kind of a bummer. We lost in overtime, so it kind of tainted it a little bit. But overall, the experience was unbelievable. It's kind of playing the rink that you grew up watching. So it was really special to play in Halifax.
Did you? Because I know we want to try to somehow figure out a mic'd up this year with you on the ice. The road trip for you guys. You guys just come from Cape Breton right to Halifax without a skate?
Yeah, so we play in Halifax Thursday and play in Cape Friday. So we'll skate Thursday morning in Halifax. We'll play that night, and then we'll probably bus to Cape Breton that night. And then there won't be a skate Friday. We'll just kind of chill around until Friday night.
Yeah, and it was tough these past 2 years with COVID. The Q shut us out because they didn't want any media around the players. Like we tried to mic up a bunch of guys that were coming from away practicing, and they just wouldn't let us near you guys. It was, no, I don't blame them. It's just that it was COVID. You couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, we had a lot of restrictions the last couple of years. Like they're pretty careful what they do.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of revenue coming in. If you miss a game, that's a lot of revenue for the owners. So I think they've been pretty careful with that.
Yeah, for sure. But no, this year we'll figure it out. We can't wait to have a little bit of I'd say a lot of normalcy back for next year. Yeah. But it'll be nice. World Juniors coming up. They're in Halifax.
Yeah, that should be pretty crazy.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, is there any prospects on your team? Could you potentially be on the team? How's that working in the World Junior realm right now?
Well, we're a pretty young team.
Are you?
So I don't really foresee anybody kind of getting an invite to that. Maybe we had a D on our team that won the first round of the draft this year.
Who's that?
His name's Maverick Lamoureux.
Great name.
6'7".
He doesn't even have to play hockey. He just stands there. 6'7".
Yeah, he got a 9-inch fishing pole for a stick.
I thought you were gonna say something else, but okay.
Yeah, so he might get an invite depending on how well he has in the first year.
Yeah.
Or first half of the year.
Yeah.
But really don't see anything happen with our team.
Dude, you still have like 2 more years to potentially play on that team. And I don't know. I just kept looking at your elite prospects all day, all morning. I was like, oh man, the potential with this guy.
Did you see the -27?
No, I didn't go that far right. What happened there? PK.
Well, not the PK, but a lot of it's like empty netters and that kind of stuff.
Why are you on the ice for empty netters?
That hurts.
Sorry, coach.
Yeah.
Who's coaching you guys right now?
So our head coach is Steve Hartley.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he won a Memorial Cup in Halifax.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Faulkner the assistant coach?
No, he used to be.
Used to be.
But not anymore. We
Okay.
actually, both our assistant coaches aren't coming back this year.
Oh yeah.
So there's gonna be a little bit of change with our coaching staff.
Yeah, I knew there was a local guy up in Drummondville. Excuse me.
Well, Steve's from Ontario.
Okay.
But he came here with Dom Ducharme.
Yep.
And then when Dom went to Drummondville, he came along with him, and then he took the head coach once Dom went to Montreal.
Does he ever tell stories about that year they won?
Not yet. I poked around with him a little bit, but didn't really get too far with him.
I remember that was a great year. When you were a kid, did you end up going to Moosehead games?
Yeah, we had 15 game packages as growing up.
Yeah.
So like it's an hour drive. So growing up, like you couldn't go to every game.
Yeah.
But kind of we picked out like the Friday, Saturday nights. We'd drive up for the game and drive home that night.
Yeah, the 15 game pack's the way to go.
Yeah.
A lot of people this year to secure your tickets for the World Juniors, you can get season tickets or the 15 game pack and you're set. You're good to go. So a lot of people did that this year with the Mooseheads in order to get tickets for the World Juniors.
Yeah, they'll probably get pretty good season ticket packages considering with the World Juniors here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Are you guys going to be playing or will you guys be on Christmas break during the World Juniors?
Well, probably last year we ended at the 19th of December and we were supposed to go back on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
But it got pushed back a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, we'll be playing during the World Juniors. So Halifax will probably be on the road.
Cool. What's the plan for the summer? I know you just got back from a skate. Who was it with? Plendowski?
Yep.
So just skating, no pucks.
It's usually like 20 minutes skating, 20 minutes skills, and then 10-minute game at the end.
Okay, so what's one thing that you're trying to work on this summer in order to put up 100 points next year?
Well, a lot of it's like my speed. Like my speed and my size are two kind of areas that I need to improve.
Oh, yeah?
Like I've always been pretty skillfully talented, but like the skating aspect is something that I definitely have to work on. So she helps a lot with that. And then just kind of getting in the gym a lot. Really fortunate to have a really good trainer in Bridgewater. His name's Vince Lucente. He's very knowledgeable. He's worked with an OHL team in the past, so kind of trust him a lot in what he does with me, and pretty good trajectory so far from what we gathered throughout the summer.
Wicked. So you want to get quicker?
Yeah, well, everyone wants to get quicker. It's something that the game's not going to slow down, so it's something that, especially with me being a smaller guy, I got to be able to kind of maneuver myself around the ice, so it's something that I definitely have to work on.
Cool. People swear by Jill, the work that she can do with players.
Yeah,
swear
she's
by
really
her.
good. Technically, she knows what's going on, so trust her a lot in my skating. Hopefully,
I'll probably
proves it this
I'll never be on the ice with her. Tell me what, I guess, allows her message to get across to all the players.
Well, I think it's her technique. Everything she does, like she demos a lot of things,
Yeah.
and you can tell she knows what she's doing. So, kind of taking what she does and trying to implement it into what we do.
Yeah.
She's good with kind of correcting things as well. She takes a lot of videos, so it's kind of easier to see what you're doing wrong when you see it on video afterwards. So I think that's kind of a big thing of what she does.
Ass low.
Oh yeah, always.
Ass low, legs out. What's another one?
Head up.
Head up. That's fine. That's the biggest one. Head up. Ass low, legs out. Head up. Yeah. No, that's no. We have who was it that came over? Igor. Forget his last name. Sokolov, Ottawa. Swears by her. I go. I think in his last year junior, he might have had 50 goals, and I go like, what was the secret to it? Like less flex. I don't know, just more confidence. Like, how did you get that many goals? And he goes, just by skating. I was like, what? He goes, oh yeah, Jill. Like he just gave all the credit to Jill, and I was like, hey, good for you. That's awesome that you're able to put those numbers up based on your skating.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's pretty good at what she does.
Yeah, is Igor out there with you guys?
No.
She has different.
Yeah, I'm with kind of like a major junior group.
Okay, cool.
So it's a really good group, like Plendowski, Matt McDonald, like quite a few guys are out there. So
Oh,
it's a
Matt's
pretty
out
good group.
there.
Yep.
How's Matt doing? I haven't talked to him in a bit. He's a Cape Breton now, right?
Yeah, he's doing well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna go back this year, from what I've gathered. So,
Okay, nice.
yeah, he's pretty happy with it.
Did you go to Cavi? You didn't.
No,
Was there a little FOMO?
I was working at the Ryan Graves Hockey School this week.
Okay.
Last week
in Yarmouth.
Yeah. So kind of missed out. Looked pretty good from what I saw.
Yeah, I had some FOMO. I won't lie.
Yeah, same.
How was the Ryan Graves camp? I saw the hat there. It looks good on you.
Yeah, he did a great job organizing it. It was really well run,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids had a blast with it. So we were pretty happy with how it turned out. It's going to be something that hopefully it becomes kind of an annual thing in Yarmouth.
What's your relationship like with him? Like, how do you guys know each other?
Well, I didn't really know him till last week. Kind of got a text that he needed guys for a junior group there.
Okay.
It's like me, Will Chisholm, and Ryan Hopkins went down to kind of help out. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, but they were super happy to kind of have us and kind of incorporate us into the camp.
How nice.
So for the most part, we were just team leads. We kind of led the kids around and kind of had some fun with them.
Nice.
Like, not too much pressure on us. So I had a lot of fun, and then we got to skate with them in the evening. So it was pretty good to kind of be out with an NHLer.
How many days was it?
It was all week, Monday to Friday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and then we kind of had a game day on Friday, so the kids had a lot of fun with that.
What do you mean game day? Like they all played against each other? Or you?
It was just one big game for every age group.
Okay.
So we had like the lights out. We announced their names kind of individually. And smoke machines. So
No, you had smoke machines.
yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. So.
That's awesome. That's getting creative with it. Smoke machines. That rink in Yarmouth, you love that rink. When I played junior A, we used to the rink. I remember the rooms were so hot.
Yeah.
So you have to go out and sit in the hallway, but there's no like blocking the fans to walk through the hallway. So you'd be sitting out there and you're just talking to this guy who's 4 beer deep, chugging 2 hot dogs, and your last name's Belanger? Like, how do you? And then you're talking to. I remember that rink was just that rink in Miramichi. There's some stories in junior A that are just unbelievable from the amateur side of it. Amherst, there's always a story coming out of Amherst.
Well, a lot of those rinks, like the canteens, right beside the dressing rooms. So
yes, well, that's
for the most part, you're just talking to random guys.
That's the example I'm talking about because the away room was right next to the canteen. So sometimes the lineup would go through our door of the dressing room. We were just sitting there. All right, something would be nice to block it off. But in the queue, what's the rink that has that character? That okay, the fans are right there. How are you?
Well, for the most part, there's not much that's blocked. In Sherbrooke, the canteen's right beside us, but like there's kind of a barrier between us.
Yeah.
But like most rinks aren't too bad. Like you have your privacy for the most part. Like you go to Bakemo, it's pretty tough up there. Like you got guys in like cowboy hats and Hawaiian shirts in the middle of winter.
What?
But yeah, I don't know. It's a different vibe out in Bakemo. But yeah, for the most part, most of the rinks are pretty good and we have our privacy.
What's the go-to meal on the ferry going over to Bakemo? I heard it's poutine and Clubhouse, but
I don't know. I don't think we had a meal going to Bakemo. A lot of chicken wraps. The old Saint Hubert chicken wraps.
Oh yeah,
a staple in our post-game meal.
Saint Hubert. Do they have one in Drummondville?
Oh yeah. Stay away from it as much as I can though. The place gets pretty old throughout the year.
The gravy has a certain taste to it. I haven't had it in years.
Yeah.
Did you ever play in the Quebec PB tournament?
No.
That was the first time I ever tried. It was the tournament. Just every second day we're having it. It was unbelievable.
Well, it's like Swiss chalet. It's like worse Swiss chalet.
Yeah, that's a great example. That's a great example.
Yeah, like not as good at all, but it does the trick.
Up in Bridgewater, how often are you at the Arby's? I heard at least 4 times a week.
It's got character, that Arby's. Only one in Canada.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. It might be Nova Scotia. It might be the only one in Nova Scotia.
I've heard something like that. It's the only one east of Montreal or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. You get the old ham sliders.
What about the beef and cheddar?
No beef and
No
cheddar.
beef and cheddar. Dude, you work out for a living. You deserve a little beef and cheddar.
No, it's not. I don't go there too often, but it's definitely a popular spot in Bridgewater and pride of Bridgewater. Arby's.
I love that little shopping mall area. It's all just right there.
And not much going on. The Dollarama. You can go to the Dollarama.
Isn't there a giant tiger there? No frills. There's something up there.
That's a different one. That's
It's yellow.
Yeah, it is Giant Tiger.
Is it?
But that's not in the mall.
It's separate. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
I remember going up there a couple times and just running into people you haven't seen in years, and just they just call you out in the middle. How you doing? Talking so everyone can hear.
Oh yeah, everyone's so friendly. Like random people's walking up to you all the time. So it's a little bit different than up in Drummondville. People are elbowing you as you go by.
What? They don't respect you as being the star hockey player?
Well, I don't think it's a little bit less. Like Bridgewater, everyone's so friendly. Like everyone's gonna talk to you. Like you'll stay in the line and the guy behind you starts talking to you.
Oh, that's exactly it.
So it's a little bit different vibe, kind of in the city vibe in Drummondville. And they hear us speaking English. They're probably not too happy with us, like these English guys.
What?
So I don't know. Bridgewater's a great spot because you know everybody and everyone's gonna talk to you.
Oh, I love it up there. I just love it.
Yeah.
The fuck, oh man, it's the best. Are you on a lake up there?
No, I live right in town.
Oh, do you?
But like we actually went yesterday. Like Beck's Lake, it's a big lake.
Okay.
Like a rope swing. We probably go there like 3-4 times a week. So it's a nice spot.
Did you grow up playing pond hockey? It's a stupid question. I already know the answer, but what was the lake you skated on the most growing up?
Yeah, we skate on the duck pond.
Duck pond.
There's a staple in the winter. My dad also he built a rink in the backyard growing up.
Nice.
For a little bit, so kind of got the buddies over there for a little bit.
I think he followed us on Twitter yesterday. What's his name? Sean. Yeah, he followed us on Twitter. Shout out to Sean. Did you say your dad was a big part of like your development in hockey growing up?
Yeah, well, he coached me.
Okay.
He coached me all growing up, like major band, he was head coach. Midget, he was our D coach.
Okay.
So he's super knowledgeable. Huge influence on kind of everything I know in hockey. Like he still runs. We're on the ice in Liverpool once a week with kind of like the junior guys that are still in the South Shore.
Okay.
He kind of runs that. So he still kind of has a hand in it. He's more of a fan now, but growing up, he was just huge for my development.
That's awesome. Where did he play at?
He grew up playing hockey and baseball.
Okay.
Like he played hockey more like high school, but he's a huge baseball player. Like he went to the University of Arizona.
No way.
He won a national championship at Dow for baseball.
What?
So he's a pretty good baseball player growing up.
And he played in Arizona.
He was there for 1 year.
Still.
University. Then he came back and played the Dow.
Wow. That's sick. I love baseball. Not so much the Jays right now. They suck. That's great. I love my dad. My old man, he played baseball too. I wish that's one sport I played growing up more. I got too bored when I was younger because the kids couldn't hit it, but it's a fun sport. Really enjoy it.
Like I came back after this year. I got to play high school softball, so it's pretty fun. Just kind of getting the law balls and just be able to hit it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Wait, did you just graduate from high school?
Yeah, and I got the opportunity. I graduated from my high school, which was pretty nice to me. Like I got to go to prom, graduation, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. And I was able to kind of do virtual school through Nova Scotia the last 2 years. And that was kind of important to us as a family to be able to kind of graduate from Parkview.
That's the high school in Bridgewater?
Yeah,
Parkview, okay.
So we're pretty happy to be able to come back, like see my buddies in the halls and all that kind of stuff. So it was really good to come home and kind of graduate with the people I kind of grew up with.
So you got to attend some classes at the end of the year?
Well, not so attend, but more so like mill around the cafeteria and just talk to people all day.
Your answers are so honest. I love it. Is mill around.
Yeah.
So what? Okay. So what are you doing? You're doing like your classes in the library, like on the laptop. Like how does that?
No, right in the cafeteria.
Right in the cafeteria.
I had the computer open. I'd like block off a whole section with my chargers.
You'd block off the whole section.
Like there'd be like a hallway, and you just like blocked it off. With the chargers would be extended, so people would have to walk around. But like I just do my courses right in the cafeteria and kind of finish my projects, and then off I go.
What's the go-to food choice in the cafeteria at the high school?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't think I went to the cafeteria too often. Jesse's Pizza is a big one though.
That's a big one out here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always especially I went to Parkview in grade 10.
Yeah.
So that was always a big one. The old $5 slice in a can of pop for $5.
They jacked it up to $6 here in the city, but it's a go-to
same.
with the donair sauce on top.
Yeah.
I remember when we get the Caesar salad every now and then for another $5. If you're rich, but you had $10 on you.
No. Usually the $5 will get you.
Oh, it's a huge slice.
Good. Oh yeah.
It's a quarter. It's a quarter of a pizza.
Yeah.
The other day when I was up there and the debit ran out, they couldn't use debit, so I went in there, and I didn't know debit wasn't working. So I went in. I was like, "Yeah, could I get a slice and a pop, some donair sauce on top, please?" And they go, "Yeah, $6." And I go, "Great, debit." I didn't have a credit card on me. They're like, "No, debit's not working." God love them, gave them to me for free.
Really?
And they're like, "Next time you're back, just make sure you double bubble us and you get us twice." And I go, "Yeah, you got it." So maybe not today, but one of these days I got to go back and double bubble them. Nice
awesome.
people, nice people though. They gave it to me for free. I felt bad. Like I feel like they felt like I was cheating them, but I didn't know.
Well, that's probably not the first person that did that today or that day.
Oh
It's
man,
like debit down. Like, man, not many people carry cash around anymore. Like, I don't really carry cash around.
no, me neither.
No.
I was at the grocery store that night because I thought debit was working. I went with my girlfriend, and debit still wasn't working, and there was families trying to get food, and I felt terrible.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
No one
Grocery
could,
store would be a disaster.
yeah, because people they went around, they got their cart, they filled it up, and then they went to pay. Imagine like, well, how long do you spend at a grocery store getting food for your family? 45, 30 minutes,
Probably.
and then you go up to the front, and they're like, yeah, we only take cash or credit.
See you later.
That's a tough go. What was the food situation like in Drummondville after the game? Pizza, or did you guys have was it just Saint Hubert?
Well, after home games, we'd just go home and eat. Like,
Okay.
we don't get really food provided to us at home games.
Oh,
Except for playoffs. Playoffs, we'd have food there for us after games. So for the most part, we get our own food at home, and then away, they would always have something kind of ordered to the rink for us.
Nice.
So on the way home, we'd have something to eat. Usually St. Hubert, so.
okay, not bad. When do you go back to Drummondville? What is it, man? It's almost it's halfway through July, man. Time doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think probably the third week of August, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Like the 23rd, something. I don't know the exact date.
Mm.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
What does the coaching staff say to you in terms of your leadership role next year? What do they want you to go in as?
Yeah, I think I developed kind of the second half of last year more of a leadership role, kind of being more vocal in the room. So it's something that I feel like I'm kind of going to be leaned upon a little bit more this year to kind of provide a little bit more leadership. But at the end of the day, just going to be the same type of person.
Yeah.
Like not going to stress yourself out too much with that stuff. So kind of be myself and
Cool.
be the person I have been the last 2 years.
So from now until the third week of August, is it train, or is it train, have a little bit of fun, train, have a little bit of fun golf, or is it just train? Like, what's on the agenda?
Yeah, well, I think you always have to train, but at the same time, you got to relax a little bit. Like, it's the summer. Like, I'm going to go golf 2, 3, 4 times a week, hang out with my buddies. So you got to kind of I work out in the mornings, which helps because kind of have the whole day ahead of me afterwards, which I really like. But for the most part, you work out in the morning and then you have all day to kind of go to the lake, go to the beach, like golf, anything like that. So really like kind of the setup we have.
How often do you come into the city? How many days a week?
Yeah, so I'm here Monday, Wednesdays.
Okay, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or just Monday?
No, Monday, Wednesdays.
Monday, Wednesdays. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm here twice a week.
Okay.
So it's not too bad, like an hour, get in, get out. And I'm still back probably around 3.
So if you don't come do the High Button podcast and you go train and then you drive right back to Bridgewater, what's the rest of the day looking like?
Well, it depends on a lot of guys on work. Like a lot of guys are working through it today.
Okay.
But like I'll see who's not working and maybe get on the old golf course this afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Bought a cart package, which was an essential item at Osprey.
They had a great deal going this year.
Yeah.
What was it, 2,200 for 50 rounds?
Well, I'm a junior still.
Oh, you get the discount.
Yeah, so I bought the 10-round package, the cart package.
Okay.
So usually karting. I've only walked like once this year.
Osprey is a long course.
Yeah, so I prefer to kart for sure, and it's something that I do most of the time.
100%. I remember we're trying to get not the junior package, but my brother just joined school, NSCC up in Bridgewater. Where is that, by the way? Is it in the city?
Bridgewater's not a city.
Yeah, well, sorry. Is it down? Is it next to Arby's?
It's essentially beside Arby's.
Is it?
Like beside McDonald's.
Okay, I know where that is.
Like the YMCA is in the NSCC. Like beside
Say
Tim
that again.
Hortons.
Sorry. The what?
The YMCA.
I didn't know there was a Y up there.
You know the Tim Hortons?
Yeah, I know the Tims.
It's right across from it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's pretty big campus too. Like not huge.
Jesus.
But pretty big building.
I know. You know what? No, I know exactly where that is now because in junior we used to stop at Tim's before the games, and
it's across from Giant Tiger.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is now.
Yeah.
Anyways, the reason why I brought it up about this junior discount was the Moosehead season tickets. My brother, he's going to school, but he doesn't have his student ID yet because if you buy the season tickets, you get a discount. He doesn't have his student ID number yet, so we didn't get the discount. He's trying to cheat the system, couldn't make it work, but the discount helps. Stay young, brother.
Yeah.
Stay young. It
A lot
helps.
of benefits.
Oh, tons of benefits. Schooling next year. What's the University of Drummondville? Or
Unless I'll be going to CJAP, no. But
why is that funny? I'm just asking.
There's no school called that.
There's no school University of Drummondville?
no. Well, there's CJAP in Quebec.
Oh, that's
It's like
The year.
grade 12 to 14.
yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
My
But-
cousins are from Quebec and they did that.
Yeah, but the plan right now is to take a course in Athabasca. It's like an online university out of Ontario,
Okay.
and they're kind of partnered with our league. So like a lot of guys in the past have taken course from there. So that's kind of the plan.
Nice.
For next year.
Oh, it's so great. You have your school. How many years do you have to play in the queue to get your school paid for? 3?
Probably 4.
4?
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Like a lot of people kind of argue about us getting paid as like a salary, but like school money's gold. Like
Yeah.
being able to kind of have school money in your back pocket's really really huge.
Yeah, you might not appreciate it now. Maybe you do, but I know some buddies that played, and when they were done and they had those years paid for, well, I don't know if they were happy, but I know their parents were.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just having that money in the back. Even when you get paid in junior, I don't know if I should talk about paid in junior, but yeah, life's no, you can't. Can you talk about that?
I can if you want. I wouldn't suggest it.
Who was the guy in PEI that said right when it was Hicksy, you know the ref Hicks?
Oh yeah.
He had I don't want to say bad, but controversial call. And the guy from, I think it was PEI goes, I don't know, I only make $125 a week. Don't ask me what, my opinion is. I have no say.
That's Simi. Simi played in Drummondville last year.
Simi. So this is,
Yeah, Xavier Simino.
okay. So what an answer by him.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit broken English, so it kind of made the answer even better. But yeah, that's Simi for you. Like, he's not afraid to speak his mind.
I had to do a double take. I was like, is that an NHL guy press conference up there? Like it was just a pro response. He's just like, I only make 125 a week.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, because Simi was the one who got the penalty.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, so
And what was the penalty?
he grabbed. From what I understand, you can't win the faceoff with your hand, even if it's in the air.
Oh yeah.
So the puck went up and Sim grabbed it with his hand and brought it back. So that's kind of where the penalty. But with a minute left, like Q finals, I don't know if you're making that call.
Someone told me that he got waved out twice, and the person that gets waved out twice, there's a penalty. That's what someone told me it was.
Yeah, you get one warning.
Yeah.
And then the second one's penalty.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. When Gooby got traded to the team, did
Yeah.
you welcome him with open arms? Did you know him beforehand?
I knew Goob a little bit going in.
Okay.
Like, we kind of run in a little bit similar circles.
Do you guys play against each other in major
We
midget?
played, no, because he played in Charlottetown as a 16-year-old.
Yes. Okay.
But, like, I would have played Bantam, PV, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Against him. So I knew him, but didn't really know him on a personal level. But it was awesome having Goob in Drummondville. Like, I'm actually living with him next year.
Oh, are you?
So pretty excited about that. And he's just a great guy and someone that we kind of welcomed in with open arms. He played super well for us in the second half of the year. So we're pretty excited to have him. Then we got a couple more Charlottetown guys this year. We got Plando coming. And then
Plandowski's?
Yeah.
Going to Drummondville?
Yeah, we traded for him at the draft.
Wow.
So he'll be there. And Drew Elliott we got from Charlottetown too. So two pretty big ads for us.
Wow.
Two guys that hopefully in 2 years we can make a very good run at it.
Or next year.
Yeah, we're gonna be very good next year. Like, I don't know to the level of some of the kind of the powerhouses that will be next year.
Who would those teams be?
Well, Gatineau will be very good.
Okay.
Plainville will be very good. We'll be very good too. But we had 4 first-round picks my year, 4 first-round picks last year. So we're still set up for 2 years' time, but we're still going to be very good next year.
Are the Mooseheads going to be good this year?
Yeah, they'll be very good too.
Okay. Are you just saying that?
No, they'll be
Okay.
one of the top teams for sure.
I got season tickets. I got to go. How is the rink in Gatineau? Is it the real deal? I'm hearing incredible things.
Oh yeah, it's a great atmosphere. And the one time we played there was when the girl played.
The
in net.
goalie. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was sold out there. It was bumping.
So wait a second. You played in the first ever game where a woman goaltender played in the Quebec Major
Well,
Junior
she
Hockey.
wasn't the first girl.
There was another girl before her?
Yeah.
Right back.
Do you know her name?
Man, Rion.
Manrium?
That was the 90s.
Oh, the 90s. Okay, so she was the second female.
Yeah, but it was sold out. Like it was packed, and like it's a perfect rink there because it's only one bowl.
I like that.
Yeah, and like those are the good rinks.
Just like Moncton, kind of.
Yeah, but it's a little bit smaller than that. But like they do it really well there. Like music's super loud. Like fans are into it. So yeah, they have a really good rink there.
How are the dressing rooms?
A little small.
Oh.
Gatton was a little small. They kind of shorted us a
In the
little bit.
new rink?
Yeah, we're squeezed in. Like one guy has to sit without like the top stuff where you put like your gloves and stuff.
Gloves and shin pads, yeah.
Yeah, one guy just doesn't have that.
No.
He's just got his stuff like sitting beside him.
So it's either the 16-year-old rook or it's the call-up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well.
Or the last guy in the room.
Oh, I thought, so junior, you guys carry your own gear in junior?
Yeah, we carry our own gear.
I thought.
Back the bus. I'm back the bus.
Oh, yeah. I thought trainers put you in junior. I thought in the queue.
No, we got our own gear.
So wait a second. So whoever unpacks their gear out of the bus first and gets into the room gets the best stall.
It's a race.
It's a race.
It is a race to get to the room.
But what if like you got the next Crosby on your team? Doesn't everyone have a little bit more respect for that guy and go, okay, you can pick that stall?
Or is it 20-year-olds a little bit? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say
there's 20-year-old spots. Like you kind of know what spots, but for the most part, like I'm strategically putting my bag in the bus so I can get it out
Are you?
first. Oh yeah, just so we can get the good spot.
Man, that's not that funny, Mark. Relax. Jesus Christ. Okay, right on. That's good information. You got a call coming in, or you got
No.
who's snapping you right now?
Get the group chat. Drove in with one of my buddies, and he's gonna be here at some point.
Oh, he's picking you up?
Well, we drove in together. Yeah. So.
How much time are we at right now?
50 minutes.
50 minutes right now. 50?
Yep.
Okay.
0.
What were we talking about? Dressing room stalls. Yeah. In some teams, it's the trainer is very strict of keeping the room tidy. Even when down to the shin pads, I want the face out or I want the knees out. Is it like that with you guys up in Drummondville?
Yeah. There's a certain way of putting your gear. Like you get kind of used to it after a little bit. Like you're gonna do it yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first couple of days, like we had a new trainer this year halfway through. So like it was a little bit kind of changing how our like elbow pads are aligned or something like that.
Yeah.
But not like major things. That's something you're gonna stress yourself out about.
Are you a superstitious individual?
No, not in the least. Like kind of do whatever I want before games. Like it's not something where I need to do something at a specific time.
Yeah.
So it's not really something I stress myself out about. Kind of my perspective on it is that if it's better to not have something and just kind of go with the flow than have something. And if you miss it, you're just messed up for the whole routine. So just try to kind of keep it light and play some soccer.
Yeah. Two touch.
Yeah, but we play with the bounce. We play one bounce, one touch.
One bounce.
Jack Dion special.
Who's Jack Dion?
He's a 20-year-old on our team.
Why does he want one bounce?
Because he's not a very good soccer player.
Oh my God, this guy's pissing me off.
Yeah, so we're in this tiny room. We play one touch, one bounce.
You guys must be playing forever. One bounce.
Oh yeah, it's a long game. It'll take like 5-minute rallies sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say one bounce.
Yeah. It's hard to get out.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Is he gone next year?
Yeah. I think he's playing at the University of Moncton.
Okay, well now that he's gone, you guys got to get back to two touch. No one bounce. You got to keep it one bounce. Two touch.
I know, it's pretty religious. The last 2 years, each year it's been one touch, one bounce.
Oh yeah.
Don't know why.
One touch, one bounce. You guys have food out before the game, like a grilled cheese maker?
No grilled cheese maker, but we got like fruit, granola bars, like Cliff bars, and that kind of stuff.
They got rid of the grilled cheese maker. Hockey.
There's toast. Like you can make toast.
Toaster.
Yeah, there's a toaster.
Cream cheese, butter.
Yeah, we got some butter.
Cheese whiz?
No cheese whiz. No.
Nutella?
I don't know if I'd be putting cheese whiz on it.
Nutella?
Probably not. We had our goalie before Christmas had a peanut allergy, so peanut butter was not allowed.
Yeah.
But I think we'll bring it back this year because he's gone.
As we get young guys on the show, I love hearing these things because hockey evolves. Like one touch on two touch or one bounce on two touch, that's a revolutionary thing in my mind.
Yeah, but that's not a normal thing.
Okay, so you talk to other teams about this?
Oh, yeah. A lot of teams are like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, okay. So I'm not overreacting.
No. It's not normal at all.
Okay. No, it's the lifestyle of a junior hockey player. I envy it. Mark envies it. Everyone listening to this podcast envies it because it's such a short amount of time in your life. And you seem like a guy who knows that and appreciates every single moment. Like you got the long sleeve on. You love representing the hockey culture. So the time you have there, the best memories
Oh yeah.
you'll have, even though you are playing one bounce two touch. It's the best time of life, man.
Yeah. We enjoy ourselves there. Like we have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So, really good spot to play.
What's one thing next year you're looking forward to about?
I think it's just how competitive our team is going to be next year. Like in the last 2 years, we've won one playoff game. So kind of seeing the group that our GM's kind of pulled together and how much potential we have for this year. It's super exciting. It's something we're all kind of looking forward to kind of getting past that first step. That first round's kind of eluded us the last 2 years. So it's something we're looking forward to getting by.
That's going to be awesome. And you said you're coming to Halifax in October, correct?
Yeah, both our maritime trips are before Christmas.
So you're taking 2 trips to Halifax before Christmas?
No. So we'll go Halifax, Cape, Charlottetown, and then Bathurst, Moncton, St. John.
Okay, but your first trip.
Yeah, our first trip's to Halifax, which is super nice to get both the trips out because like it's long.
Yeah.
And having it with like decent weather is definitely a plus.
100%. Do you have a good relationship with your media guy? Because I got to get permission from him or her to put a mic on you.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten to know him a little bit the last 2 years. We've changed media guys a couple times.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everyone in our organization that kind of involved the team's very good people. Because it's not a huge organization, so for the most part, everyone there, they're trying their best and pretty much welcome.
Cool.
Any kind of coverage with open arms.
Yeah, who else was like that? Armada. Armada came here when Hedman was playing. Very similar. I don't know if they didn't have a lot of media coverage because they're right next to Montreal, so the Canadians. But when we went up and mic'd up Hedman, they were just like, "Yeah, come on in, do whatever you want." They were great to work with, and unexpectedly, because I don't know, we just don't really deal with a lot of French Quebec teams. But they were just like, "Yeah, absolutely, come and do it. It's gonna be awesome," and it worked out well.
Yeah.
So this is me trying to plug your media guys to let me mic you up. Are you 100% sure you'll get a practice in?
Yeah, we'll skate Thursday morning for sure because we'll bus on Wednesday. So we'll have a skate on Thursday morning.
All right, cool. I did forget to ask you. You said that you only use 3 sticks throughout the year. What's the flex?
Ooh, I think it's a 70 flex. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty sure it's a 70.
That's not stiff though.
But like but it's cut down.
Oh. Where do you cut it to?
Probably like my chin, something like that.
On skates or without skates?
Would be just below my chin without skates, I'd say.
Yeah.
But like I'm not overly picky with my sticks. Like I don't mind different sticks.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like kick points and all that kind of stuff. So that doesn't really affect me too much. I know a lot of guys it really affects them.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't really mind trying out different sticks.
Curve?
I could not tell you what curve I have.
Dude, you're joking
I
with
have
me
no
right
clue.
now. You're messing with me.
No, I don't know. I think it's like a Crosby curve, something like that.
So wait a second. You don't, dude? Really?
Like I'm not very picky with my sticks at all.
So the trainers must love you. Like you're just not picky with the gear.
Well, we only order sticks once at the start of the year, so like it's not. I just order the same things I ordered in my 16 year.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Dude, I love hearing that. That's great. The rest of the day, what time is your tea time today?
I don't know. I gotta kind of talk to a couple guys, see if they're off work. What time is it? 2:30. Probably get out around like 5:30. Probably after, maybe later. Probably get out after supper.
Dude,
Maybe hit the lake though. It's a pretty nice day out.
it is beautiful out. That's the best thing about working in this basement studio is that it's cool. You're outside, you're hot, you're working, you come down here, you just cool out. It's awesome.
We got in the car after the skate and it was steaming.
Oh yeah, it's just like a sauna, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
100% down at the Civic too. Oh, you're in the city. That's hot. That's hot down there. I want to thank you for coming on. I need a little bit of advice from you for the guy that's coming up into the queue. The draft just happened, correct? The guy that's going into training camp. And he's a little nervous. Maybe he's from here. He's going to northern Quebec. Maybe he doesn't know too many people. Maybe he does, but he's trying to make a good first impression. What's your advice to that kid?
Yeah, I think for the most part, just kind of do all the little things right in the practices and the inter squad games. Kind of coaches notice when you're putting in a little bit extra effort when it's the end of the drill and kind of hustling and not just kind of loafing back to the line and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't go unnoticed for coaches. It's a big thing for them, kind of.
Body language.
Yeah, that they preach us a lot. It's kind of the little things, the little details are going to make a big difference. So I would say kind of keep your head down, like have a positive attitude wherever you're going. It doesn't matter how many French guys are there. For the most part, most guys speak English to an extent. So I don't think that's really too much of an issue. I learned that going to Drummondville. Like going in, I didn't really know what to expect with the whole French situation. But I learned that every French guy's going to welcome me with open arms. They're going to try their best. I'm going to try my best to speak French to them at times. So it works out pretty well wherever you are.
Awesome. Well, Luke, you're the man. I really do appreciate you coming on here. This is, like I said, it's been a highly anticipated podcast. So to finally have you, it's been a pleasure. You're a bright young man. You're going to have a great future, and I can't wait to watch you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We'll have to get out to Osprey one of these days and get around. And
yeah, for sure.
What are you, mid-80? You said mid-80s,
yeah,
90?
mid-80s around there.
Yeah, we're shooting the same.
Yeah, for sure. Come
We'll
down, let me know.
And you got to give me a little foot wedge, a little drop.
Yeah, so just let me know whenever. I'm around most days. So.
All right, we'll do. You're the man.
Thank you.
Everyone listening, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. It is Monday, the best day of the week. The whole week's ahead of you. You can do whatever you want. Work hard. Have fun. Golf. What else? St. Hubert. Use a 70 flex stick. And that's all I got. We are out. Peace. Dude, you nailed that.
Yeah, thanks.
Natural.